Well, today's topic is about our exes. Oh my God.
That
He's a loser, right?
doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But at least you'll know you tried.
So, Papa,
Yes.
it's nice to see you here.
It was a hell of a flight in, but
Well, today's topic is about our exes.
nothing to talk about here. All right. I
How
see.
many? So, I mean, we're going to talk about what you thought about what we thought about each other's exes, and you know, how many exes did you have before me? Well, I mean, I'm not your ex. So I don't count. How many people did you give the title of girlfriend?
That'd be three.
3.
Three.
I don't know why I thought it was more.
I don't know.
So, how about me? I've had a lot of exes.
One, two.
So let's see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So one thing that I will say is that you have to ask me questions too. You can't just let me take over the conversation.
But you're a bully. That's all right.
I'm just a leader, not a
Mm.
bully. I am a manager, a supervisor. You've given me that title.
That's what I said.
All right. Well, do you want to start with a quick story about one of your famous exes? You don't have many to choose from. 3.
Um, no, I don't want to start.
Yeah, don't worry. Uh, there's a lot of focus on one of your exes for a little bit, so I don't know which ex you have to help direct the conversation a bit. Otherwise, it's like I'm talking to myself. Nobody can see you.
I can see me. Um, so I will be more than happy to talk about one of your exes.
Which one?
Well, I think when you are getting into a relationship with someone who has a child, um, that is the ex you hone in on, especially as a guy. Because things can be going great in the world, and then all of a sudden, you and the guy get into it, and now you have to get into it, and brings a lot of baggage because traditionally, I mean, it's supposed to be 18 years, correct? That you are stuck with that person, whether you're dating them or not. Now, this situation might have been a little different.
I don't know what you're talking about. 18 years.
The age of the child.
Okay, yeah.
No.
I need more detail.
More detail. So I was just worried about that aspect of it. Like he wasn't in the picture when I got there, but I mean that could change at the drop of a hat. So
Yeah. Yeah, luckily he's a loser, right? I mean, let's keep it real. Thank you so much for being such a loser.
I don't think you could say that on the air.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. But yeah, he was out of the picture, but every day, when you're just starting out in this relationship, that's what I was worried about. I mean, our oldest was how old back then?
Well, when we met, he was like a year and 4 months.
Yeah. So I mean, You don't. I didn't know anything about him, so to speak.
Who's him?
Uh,
Okay.
so I didn't know what to expect. Was he just didn't want to deal with it, and then, after 2 years would have been like, okay, I've come around. Maybe
Well, he did come around in a sense. Do you remember that when we were in Virginia?
no,
When for the first time I spoke to him since having been with you.
exactly. So then there you now see why that would be a worry, because you always wonder, like, if he all of a sudden says, "Hey, that's my kid too. I need to be in his life,"
Yeah.
and then maybe a year down the road, "Hey, um, I need weekends and I need some custody," and it changes the whole aspect of my role as new guy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think you had to worry about that because knowing and how shit went down, I, you know, but I was a little bit worried about him possibly coming and messing around because he was trying to have baby with his wife and it wasn't happening. And so that's what kind of made him like come around towards Caleb. And at the time, if you remember, we were like really, we were not financially secure.
Yeah.
So I was worried about we can't afford a lawyer and he had a lot of money. And anyway, but do you remember what you did when we first started dating when it came to oh,
What
how
what
quickly we
what
forget.
story are you trying to
I don't know. What was your career at the time when we met?
mailman?
Yeah, mailman. And you did something because you needed
Ah, it's supposed to.
I'm
I didn't even know what you were getting at. Okay.
oh, okay.
It was just chance, so to speak.
Really?
Yeah,
Now
it
now
absolutely
it's
was.
chance.
It absolutely
That
was
is not
chance.
how you told me about it. You said I needed to see how it was. He didn't have to sign. Go ahead. Tell everybody what you did.
Well, um, I worked in the zip code, so post office. That's each post office is basically assigned a zip code. So I worked for the zip code of his work,
Hmm.
so to speak. And
I like guys in that zip code, apparently.
so uh, I did happen to notice that there was an express mail with his name on it. So rather than just have the mailroom deal with it,
Uh,
I told them in the mailroom,
mm.
I said, "Hey, this has to be signed by him."
So you're telling me that in the city that never sleeps, that you just miraculously saw a piece of mail that was going to go to him.
No, no, I was already delivering the express mail for that company.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I
Okay, I believe you.
so yeah, so they called him and he's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm not coming downstairs. Just send him up." So I got to not only see him, I got to see his office. I was like, "Oh."
What'd you think when you saw him?
Um I think I felt a little better. Felt a little better. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute.
What
I got this."
what what is it that made you feel better? What were your observations that made you say, "Yeah, I got this."
Well, I'm not a super confident guy per se, but uh just standing next to him, I was like, Yeah, I like my chances. I think I'm a better looking guy than this guy right here.
Hey, we did make a really beautiful baby though. He Caleb is one good looking kid.
Hmm.
Or a young man, I should say. But
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
yeah, it was a very long time ago. But you know, we can talk about, you know, the ex that I didn't like of yours.
What? You didn't like an ex? You didn't
Yeah.
like any of my exes, so
Well, I mean, you know, I had my reasons, and I think most of my reasons really came from me having no confidence and worth of myself. So, any woman who even was out not in your life anymore was like a threat. The memory of her was a threat to me because I didn't feel like I was even worthy of your love. So, but you know, let's keep it real though. You gave me reasons not to like this ex. We'll,
oh
we'll just call her M.
yeah. M2.
M2.
Be careful with that M because M30 is illegal on the street.
Well, you know, it's okay because I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you remember that ex I had? His name also was.
Ah, fraud.
Oh, he was so a fraud. This is guy, my ex said I would be perfect if I lost 10 pounds. Do you remember this?
No, I
Yeah.
love this story.
Yeah. So we started dating. He thought I was like so beautiful and almost perfect. He said I would be like a model if I lost 10 more pounds. And so I think that quickly became his goal that I needed to lose 10 pounds.
Now, are you sure you were dating him and he wasn't like a coach?
You know, he sure started acting like a coach because every date we went on after that involved some kind of physical activity, like running through the park or going to the gym.
Oh, let me sneak this workout in.
Hey, you feel like, you know, hanging out tonight? Yeah, what do you want to do? I thought maybe we could go to the gym and work out a little. How about the time he bought me a runner's book?
Oh
I said, now you've been married to me for over 20 years.
yeah.
Would you call me a runner?
Well, I think the easiest way to do that is by counting the amount of marathons you've run since we've been dating. So let's see. Remember that time? Oh yeah, you didn't run any.
I don't run. I run away from danger. But yeah, and I think that's what topped it off was then he signed me up for the New York City Marathon.
Nice. What was your number?
I don't even think we got that far, but anyway, we broke up because he's my ex because he said that although I was so beautiful now, he thought I'd make a great mother. But if I became a mom, he didn't think that I could look as good as I did before I became a mother. So out the door he went, ex.
That could be you know, like a bet with his friends or something. Be like, hey, I'm gonna date that girl and she's gonna hire me to be her coach after 2 months. You'll see.
That's so messed up.
I mean, who does that?
You know what's the funny part is that he was not very attractive.
Mm, I bet he was rich.
What did you just say?
But I bet he was rich. Got to have something
No,
going
no,
for him.
he wasn't. No, he, you know, he had a very alien-esque look about him.
Are you trying to say you just dated a alien track star?
You know the image that they give you of like an alien, you know, with the green neon head, almost looks like just a skull.
Mhm.
That is very descriptive of what his silhouette.
Did you tell him, hey, if you gain 10 pounds, can you put it all in your head?
Anyway, what's funny is then he got a new job at Cherry Lane Publishing, and I happen to know the the lawyer, their main lawyer at that company. I was did business with him in the music business, and I was like, "Hey, my ex works over there," and so he was like, "Oh, him." Anyway, that was my even then I met you. So
I snatched that name away from him immediately.
yeah. But there was something about him that made me think he was the one. I think it was my intuition about the name.
What would you have done if I even jokingly said, like, second date, like, hey, you want to lose 10 pounds with me? Mm.
I think I would have broke I wouldn't have gone out with you again. Yeah, no.
That would have been
And
awesome.
I mean, I got to be honest. I was pretty hot when you met me.
Oh, yeah.
Even I was post baby. Post baby, I still think I had it going on.
Oh, yeah. That's what I noticed.
You like that. You love that mother flavor.
Said, hey, who's this lady crunched up all in that chair?
Oh my god. But let's talk about your exes because I think you said you only had 3 exes.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it.
Mm. What does that mean? Best way to put it? Does that mean that you had ones that maybe they thought they were your girlfriend, but they weren't?
No.
Oh,
Well, they would have been foolish to think that. But no, there was just little scatter bombs probably somewhere in there. I
mm.
don't, I wouldn't consider that anything.
Oh. Well, you
So,
didn't have this XM, you know,
no,
XM2.
some two. I had two
Hmm.
M's.
He had this XM who, you were friends with since childhood, decided to date her, right? And you were broken up for like 2 years before I met you. Or was that a
Mm,
lie?
I
But
don't
I
ever.
think you said that you still fooled around.
Maybe.
You could take each other to weddings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, um, and she was still keeping tabs on you.
Was she keeping tabs? I
Yeah.
mean, what is that?
Well, in a sense of like, she asked you, you told her you were going on a date with me, and she was asking you what time you'd be home. And you brought me home to your apartment, and there she was calling you past midnight. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy the things you do when you're younger. Like you think, yeah, this is fine. It's like I was like, oh, so I mean, she just knew I'd be up. It's no big deal.
Yeah, because she was trying to make sure that yeah, you're gonna be out with that chick, but she wanted to make sure that you remembered that she existed. But anyway, that she caused a lot of drama. But then I started to feel sorry for her.
Feel sorry in what way?
Well, because we moved to Virginia and then we moved back to New York, and I wanted you to, like, hang out with your friends more because you didn't really hang out with them after we got married, or at least to me that seemed that way. And we started hanging out with them where M was there. And I would say hi to her, but you would be you wouldn't even say hi to her. You would just give her the cold shoulder. And it hurt her feelings.
Mm. Well, I mean, it at that by that point, it just made things easier.
Yeah, well, I also remember you saying that you were not very nice to her.
Yeah, no, it was not. I would definitely not consider that nice behavior. And not, which is weird because I treated you the exact opposite
Yeah,
from the minute we met.
I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine you treating somebody so mean. I mean, really mean. I mean, I think the audience is probably wondering, like, what did you do?
um. Hmm. Shoot. Can't really think of anything. I was just. I don't know.
You you questioned her intelligence.
Yeah, I can see that.
So the one thing about Steve is he has very um his memory when it comes to past relationships is kind of subpar.
It's terrible. I when I don't date them or I've moved on from them in life, that's it. Like they're in the little trash bin in your computer, you know.
Mm.
I just move on unless something really stands out in my head. Like I remember you would just be like, "Well, how'd you feel when this happened?" And I'd be like, I barely remember that happening. Like how would I know how I felt at that moment?"
Yeah, sometimes after our conversations about your exes, I feel like I knew and remembered more about your relationship with that person than you did. I'm like, you told me that she said this, and you'd be like, what?
Be like, "She did." I don't know. That's what I said. Then sure.
Well, I felt very threatened by her, but I felt threatened by all of your exes.
Yeah,
I mean,
very much.
your first exem, she was also present when we were first dating also. You were talking to her often, you'd mention her to me in your conversations, and after a while I was like, this got to end, man.
I had just gotten back in touch with her. I don't know. It was a long time, probably 10 years more.
But why?
I don't, I think
Something about her sister was missing or something.
she found my number somehow.
Mm, she's trying to rekindle that fire, that youthful fire.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
that's a good look at her.
And that's
We look
another
very
thing.
different.
Like, I just, no, I was like, no, there's no rekindling of anything.
Well, women will try.
Even with the other one, it was,
Well, but I was more jealous, I would say. I mean, XM2 was I was pretty jealous of her, but I would say R,
mm,
XR.
no,
That's who I was jealous of. I'm not jealous of her anymore because I have
good.
I'm in a new stage of life where I really am feeling myself.
Well, you're looking pretty hot as
Well, thank
always.
you. Well, thank you. But I'm saying is that you might have realized and you noticed that and you take that into account every day, but I did not. And not just physical stuff, right? My personality,
Oh,
who I
yeah.
am, everything about myself. I just remember when I finally loved myself, I was like, wow, this is amazing to feel this way about yourself. So the threatening of having your exes feel like a threat to me just disappeared.
Good.
Yeah. But you were coming to a head with R, and you considered proposing to her.
I did, and it didn't work out. Um, she moved on to what she thought was bigger and brighter things, and I decided not to follow. And in all honesty, I don't regret that decision ever.
Yeah, her fucking loss. My gain.
That's right.
Plus, I'm fertile, right? I mean,
Yes, yes. You were spitting kids out like a Pez dispenser for a little while.
yeah, we had to, kind of do something, alter the dispenser because,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I think we
I
would
imagine.
probably I think we have a tribe now. We have 4 children, but I think we might have ended up with 8 if we did.
Yeah. No, I was definitely, most certainly done at 4.
Well, so which one of my exes worried you? Or which one of my exes were you like, who cares? Or like, tell me about your experience.
I would say your R
My R, okay.
was number 1. I think just him being the dad and just kind of looming there
Being the dad
biologically and just kind of looming
of,
of of our oldest.
right. There you
So
go. Because our audience doesn't know. That's why I'm asking you to
come on,
clarify.
audience, get with it. Um, now our oldest, and when we started dating, I mean, he was only a little bit over a year old, so
Mm-hmm.
um, I didn't know how far to, where which path I should take exactly, because do I step in as a father role? Do I just try to be more of a secondary kind of father, or what?
Yeah.
Because you never know. I don't want to step in, hey, you call me daddy and this and that, and then when he's 2.5, all of a sudden R decides to come back into the picture, and
Yeah.
now you just confuse the living daylights out of him. Is so. I think number 2 was your first. What is it? A.
A, my
Yeah,
high school sweetheart.
yeah. He lived close,
He did, like 2 blocks away.
and he was your go-to if we were fighting and you wanted to talk to somebody. He'd be like, "Well, I'm going to call him," and I'd be like, "Oh."
The games we played when we first got together. I even want to say that this was even after I said I do to you.
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
think
can't
yeah,
remember.
because you were living at the house. We were living together and we had to be married because my mom was not gonna let us be living together without being married. And so yeah, when things got rocky, I would run to A
Mm,
and he'd pick up my call.
oh yeah, he's not dumb.
It could be 2 a.m. and he would be picking up my call.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
that was troubling, knowing not only when it first happened, but just knowing that it was just always there. So
yeah. But the good thing is that oh, oops.
our what?
That he is actually a really good person.
Mm.
So I don't think he would want to do anything
And you
to.
thought he was a good person, so that made me worry also.
It's okay. He was my first boyfriend. I mean, we dated. We were in high school. We were teenagers. We were still children.
Mm.
But anyway, it
Number
wasn't a threat.
3 on the list
Yeah.
was, yeah, your hot mess of a ex.
Which one? They were all hot messes.
The one you had the wild long-term relationship with, who just
Oh my God.
that's number 3.
Forgot he existed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
See, he's number
what are you
3.
talking about?
I know you were talking about before, but yeah, he's the last person I'd be worried about. I no.
So, H,
Yeah.
Mr. H, was my longest relationship before I met you. The most damaging.
Yeah.
to me as a person. And so I could totally see why
Yeah.
uh, I was all twisted up in that in
But
such an unhealthy way.
he was also a person you like to have secret conversations with.
What? What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. But you just sneak off and
What?
oh yeah.
What do you mean?
I,
Explain yourself.
you've had secret conversations with him.
I never had conversations with him and tried to hide it from you.
Mm, not true.
No,
But
it's true. It came to a head though when you were like, I don't want you talking to him anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. And so then I stopped. Plus talking to him is exhausting. He is, I told you, he's a deep thinker. It takes a lot of energy to speak to him because you're not going to just have a shallow conversation. You're exhausted at the end of the conversation. So, but I cut him off. You also told me to not talk to one of my other exes anymore. He's, the famous one. I'm not going to even say his initial. We are just because I think that would just give it away.
Yeah.
But you told me that's enough.
Yeah.
There's no more seeing this person
Yeah.
anymore or talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a playboy, and I need him. You falling for his tricks one last
Oh,
time. You
please.
never know. He's got magic dust or something. I don't know.
Chick dust. Um, uh, yeah, that would never happen.
Yeah.
That would never
Good.
happen.
Good. Good.
But I did. I stopped talking to him. I listened to you. Well, what do I need with him?
I don't know.
I
Money.
just I have never taken any money from him ever that I did
I
not
know.
earn
That's not what I meant, though.
as a commission.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, what are you talking about?
You when you were filming certain things.
What are we talking about the same person?
Yeah, absolutely.
What am I filming?
Hmm.
Recording?
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Like I'm like filming. I didn't film
I'm
anything.
filming, recording. It's all in the same
Yeah,
folder.
one is music and the other is movies. But anyway, we didn't. You didn't really talk about exes. It almost felt like you didn't care to talk about exes. I think when we talked about exes, it was because I brought it up.
Yeah. Because, like I just said, I just wanted to move on from it. I don't want to. Like it. Sometimes it felt like you were the ones keeping them alive. Like I mean, I didn't want to talk about.
My mouth is just open right now. you know,
What?
I I have to give it to you.
No.
I I do. I'm gonna admit and take responsibility for my part in that because you're right. I think that I had such low self esteem and maybe speaking to my ex or, made me feel needed, wanted, you know, and uh, just like behavior that I was so used to do, was used to doing because that's the behavior of someone who is a trauma survivor and was looking for love in the wrong ways, not having a daddy around and stuff. And, you know, that caused some issues between us. So you're right. I did keep leaving, I guess, that door open.
Well, I hope people are listening because I know there are plenty of people out in the world who want to remain friends with exes, and I get it. Like, that you were friendly with person maybe initially and then dated them and then thought you could just go backwards again. And in a situation like this, that would be obviously damaging and you don't even realize it.
Yeah. I think I'm lucky that, not lucky, it's the wrong word. I think I'm just so blessed that you were so forgiving and understanding about me, of, my behavior. Because it can be very destructive if, a lot of men would have left. So I'm being honest about that.
Very true. But I mean, the same could go for you. I mean, how many people would have left me on the curb with my box of things?
Yeah. We'll unpack those boxes in future episodes. But right now we're unpacking my box here.
Well,
Um, was there any ex of mine that you thought was pretty decent?
what do you mean pretty decent?
Like, was a good person?
Like good looking, like I should date
No,
them?
no, no, no. No.
Okay.
Meaning like you thought was a good person or was probably a good
Um,
mate.
good mate. I think A is a good person.
A.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of them. I mean, when it comes to exes that you've either never met or barely met, I mean,
You met A.
I know, but you rely basically on what? On the stories that are told to you.
Yeah.
So
I think I
it's
had positive stories about him.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. And
Hmm.
just with you explaining certain situations and seeing how he reacted in those situations, yeah, I could see that. Now, the other ones, I mean, let's just face it, there was a lot of negative stories about them. So, especially from your point of view, that it's hard to think of them as a decent person or a how'd you put it? A good mate.
Yeah, good mate. Hmm. I mean, some of them from, it's been years now, but they're still up to no good. So,
Yeah, I think the key is, um, especially at the beginning, going back. Um, I think for any new relationship, I think there's those hesitations when it comes to trust, and I believe that sometimes you just have to dive right in, and good or bad, you just have to trust, and if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, but at least you'll know you tried.
it's so much easier said than done.
I know.
You
I
know,
know.
I think a lot of, men and women, people just put up walls
Hmm.
to protect themselves. And I think it's a tug of war because you're saying, I really like this dude and maybe he's the one, but you'll put the wall down maybe one day and then put it back up. And so it kind of becomes a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as you go through life, you realize certain things and you're like, all right, this is a bad thing when this happens, and this is negative when this happens. So sometimes you may start putting the guard down and then you notice something. You say, well, last time that happened, that was a bad thing. So now I got
Hmm.
to put the guard back, the wall back up. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think you just go with it down. If you get hurt, I mean, it's terrible when it happens, but I think it's better than chasing someone away.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you uh, told me about your exes because I really thought you had more than that.
You know, I mean, there's
Just,
people I may have had a date or two with, but sorry for all the those you out there who remember that one date we had. You're not a girlfriend.
oh my gosh. Mm.
Yeah. No, and I think my three girlfriends were all like longer relationships. They weren't like 3 months or anything.
Oh well. I mean, do you even really count the 3 month long relationships? I don't even think that's enough time to
No.
get down and dirty, you know. Except you and I. I mean, we move pretty quickly. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
Well, we were a lot more seasoned when
I
we
don't know. I was only
started.
27.
Yeah,
No,
that's
28, 28.
yeah, that's later in life.
Well, I felt young. But, I mean,
I was what, 30?
you were yeah, you had just turned 30. I missed that
2004, yeah,
celebration.
30.
Yeah.
What the heck did I do for my
I
30?
don't know. I wasn't there.
Probably can't.
But you did throw it in my face and said, "Damn, you weren't there on my 30th birthday."
Yeah,
Just sorry.
1 month too late.
But no, we moved pretty fast. Like
Yeah.
I I mean, we'll get into it in another episode, but um I want to say that within a month we were telling each other we loved each other.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. And you gave me the keys to your apartment.
I think I did that before I even told you.
Yeah. 2 weeks in, guys, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I mean, I was just like, well, she works close. What did you say, like 3 miles away?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
3 miles away from my house, and I was like, I don't care. It's like she's gonna come over and
Come
she can
over,
take a
cook my
nap.
food,
She can
cook me
she
dinner.
can put her lunch in my fridge. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't care. My house was your house, so I figured I
Well,
might as well give you keys since I
you
wasn't home all day.
you know what I'm noticing is how calmly we spoke about our exes. Because there was a time when it was not calm.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, my anger issues are it's been a struggle my entire life. So I've been able to cope with it a lot better now later in life.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think so too. But I think if I did not work on having a better relationship with myself, that I would still have those insecurities
Yeah, I could see that.
because I used to stalk R online.
I'd be like, "Did you know what she's up to?" And I'd be like, "No, I.
Yeah, I would be like,
Why
what it,
not?
but
Weren't you in love with her?" And I'd be like, yeah, but that's over now. Weren't you there?"
or if I would say, what if you ran into her
That was your
and
favorite.
she said, Steve, I regret everything. I still love you. I'd say, what would you do?
I would give her a hug, pat her
You'd
on
give her a hug?
pat her on the back, and I'd say, "Oh, that ship has sailed.
Hmm.
Have a nice life."
Well, it looks like she's having a nice life last time I checked.
Well, that's good. Happy for her.
Oh my God. Well, how have those exes of yours have you what was the biggest lesson you learned out of dating those women that helps you with our marriage?
Um, Anything you do in life that's not permanent is practice. So they were practice for the real
Mm,
thing. So I could be better at the real thing when she came along. And you did.
I did. I came along with, I showed up as a woman who is also a mother, and you never dated a woman that was a mother.
Nope.
So that was new for you too.
Yeah. And I used to say, nah, I'm not doing that. But I always pictured the child's father being, you know, all up in the mix, which
Mhm.
didn't happen here, luckily.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Am I allowed to talk to?
You mean A?
I,
I'm here for you. Yes.
um, we're gonna delete that part. I'm allowed to talk to him.
To who?
A. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really have
I'm
much to say, but
I'm not worried.
no, there's nothing to worry about. And I think he's happily married. He has, and well, most importantly, I'm the one who's happily married. So,
That's right.
um, hmm,
Mm, what do you think the difference between being over it and integrated is?
what do you mean? In what sense?
Um, I have no idea. That's
Are you
it's a
just
note
reading?
you wrote and pointing to it, so I figured,
Oh no,
oh, I guess she's trying to cue me up here and she must have something
no, no,
really good to
no.
say. And
Well, there
you
is
just pushed me off a
something.
cliff. So
I know that in your relationships with your ex, those relationships ended because you ended those relationships.
yeah.
Now, I'm just going to think back. You can play Jeopardy music as I think. I think I only ended one of those relationships myself. Nope, two.
Well, I think the easiest way to put that is you mentioned earlier about self esteem issues. So if
Hmm.
someone's giving you even a little bit of boost in that area, why would you ever break up with them?
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas I was just like, you know what? I'd rather hang out alone.
yeah. No, I was always looking for love.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there is my idea.
Well, and unfortunately, and the real truth about it all is I was looking for love in the wrong ways, right? So I compromised my self worth and self respect.
Hmm.
And I was taught as a young little girl, single digit age, that to have love, I was taught expression of love was physical at a very young age. And so my childhood was robbed of me.
Hmm.
I was uh, taken advantage of by someone in my family and who introduced me to the world of sex. And I exchanged my body as a young lady looking for this love. So it's pretty sad when you look back. And I think a lot of women fall into this category if, for different reasons. I mean, my reason was my daddy wasn't around from when I was very little. And then 2 years later, that abuse started.
Yeah.
So it was difficult for me to let go because I always thought if I just love a little harder.
Well, I think God does things in mysterious ways. And we say mysterious because we don't understand. We say, hey, why, put this person through this death in the family? And it may be that's the jump he needed to contribute X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, now that I think about this, I remember when we had first started dating,
Mm-hmm.
and you used to tell me, like, you would only tell me like titles of movies and stuff, or you would be like, if you really knew what happened to me, you wouldn't date me. and then just leave it at that. And I'd be like, what the hell is she talking about?
I did. I
Yeah.
didn't remember that.
You'd be like, I could tell you more, but I think I would chase you away. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah. I had some dirty secrets.
Yeah, but you thought that that would chase me
I
away.
did. I
And
mean, that my secrets were, and I think I did tell you about the abuse.
eventually, yeah,
Yeah, eventually. And then I told you about,
family member.
right? But then I know one of the things I was so afraid to tell you about was when I was 18 and I met a very well established TV producer while I was 18 and he was like 40. And I recorded I let him record me
Mm,
while we played.
yeah.
And I was ashamed of that. One, that I let it happen, but I was 18, still so wounded. And I let that happen. He was a grown ass man.
Hmm.
And I let him take the lead and I allowed him to do that. I did eventually ask him to get rid of the tape, but he wouldn't. Now, may he rest in peace.
I was gonna say, he's
Hmm.
what he would have been 69 now.
Yeah, no, no, 69.
Oh no,
Mm-mm.
even no
Much
71.
older, much older, much older. And, but I did keep in touch with him
I
over the years and, but I was so ashamed of that. And, but that's the truth. That is one of my, things that I did so foolishly, right? And I know that it resonates with a lot of women, not that they did the exact same thing, but something that you're ashamed of, right?
mm,
And so that was one of the things I was like hiding, or I thought that you would judge me.
no. I mean, looking back at it now, I'd be like, I know for certainty I can tell you that there was no way you're gonna chase me away with some story like that. I mean, it would have had to be like, oh well, I'm sleeping with like 8 family members, and I would have been like, okay, this is
Yeah,
weird.
okay.
I'm out of here.
That
But
is not me. I don't want the audience to get that confused. That it's not me. But no, I really thought that you would judge me. I think you were the only person I told about that. And now I've told everybody. Don't try looking for it because it is not out there anywhere that I know of.
yeah, why did you bring that up?
Because it's the truth,
Yeah,
and that's
go
what
on.
we're saying.
School.
This is We Said It podcast, and I have to be honest and truthful because it might resonate with someone out there.
I'm gonna be checking estate sales now. Coming for
Well, I'm hoping.
VHS. Yeah.
I did speak to him before he passed away, and I asked him. Shut up. It probably was VHS, but anyway, um, I did ask him to get rid of. At one time, I asked him for it, and he said, "No, I still like watching." So yeah, and I mean, we were already married at that point, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to ask for it again. I have to just trust, and what will happen will happen." So I'm hoping that he destroyed it or something before he passed away.
I'd be more than happy to pay for that video to have it destroyed for you. How's that? Throw it into the fire.
Yeah, yeah. So if anyone runs into that, I will not give you details about it. But some people say that I look pretty much the same as I did when I was 18. That I have been aging well, except I have
Minus the white
all
hair.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, except for my white hair. But I kind of like it. I get lots of compliments about my white hair.
Yeah.
Um,
I love it.
so, you know, I always want to let all these sisters out here know that if you're still shaped by someone who left, you're not alone. So, because if there's someone else, why are you making this face? Am I talking to you?
I'm just shaped by someone who left.
Oh my God. You questioning everything I'm saying.
That's awesome. Hey, I can have you make fun of me now by saying healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means you're free to remember without hurting. Get your shape back, people.
Let me just tell you that Aisha told me to say this.
Get your shape back, okay?
um,
Get your heel on.
get your heel on. Get your heel on. Get your heel on. What song am I singing?
Um,
Who's that chick?
I think I need
Get
few more. A few more. Hey, you could perform for the Super Bowl.
your freak on. Get your freak on. But you're saying heel on, so.
Who are you trying to prove yourself to?
No, read this part. Read this part.
Okay, wait. Tie it back deep, guys. And kapwa. Heal yourself. And how that softens the relationship you're in now. This is a complete disaster. And this needs to be burned. So get your kapwa on. And
That actually is very good. You should get your kapwa.
Alpita, my love. I'll see you next time on the soft space.
Would you like me to help you write out
It's
full dialogue beats?
It's too heal on.
Insert plug for coaching. By the way, guys.
It's to clip for promo reels.
By the way, guys, I'm an emotional intimacy coach. I'll help you restore your marriage so that you can have one like this one right here.
Yeah, she got me back. I was halfway down the street. She's like, hey, man, come on back.